Hey everyone, it's a side week this week and we are days away from Christmas. That means that on Sunday we were actually in our last message of our Advent series, looking at all the ways that Jesus comes and brings us the things that we most need. And we were talking about peace on Sunday. And we looked at this passage in Isaiah 11. It's actually the second half of the passage that Jake was in last week, where Isaiah paints this beautiful picture of peace. And he draws on the imagery of the Garden of Eden to do it. He talks about lions lying down alongside lambs, and bears and cows eating together. It's this wonderful picture of peace, of harmony in all of creation. And as I looked at that passage, actually one of the question marks that I brought into the passage was, do I believe that peace is possible? Like when we read a passage like this, is it just a nice thought? Or is there actually a way that this word is not just about someday, but is actually for us today? And that might be something worth talking about as you and your house churches, you read through Isaiah 11 verses 6 to 9. How do you respond to that? Does it stir up longing within you? Does it stir up frustration within you because it's so different? The peace that's described there is so different than our world that's in pieces. It's a good question to take us into our house church discussion. The light bulb for me, one of the light bulbs for me was as I came to realize that, I think there is a word for us in this passage today. That there is good news here for those who are vulnerable, for those who are in danger. But the light bulb for me was realizing that there's actually good news here for those who are a danger. That comes out of one of the descriptions that Isaiah has of the lions eating grass like the ox. And we know that lions don't eat grass, right? But that's actually a pointing back to creation where the picture that we have in Genesis 1 is of all the beasts of the air eating the grass of the field. And so lions, again, eating with ox, it is this sign that their nature has changed. There's been this deep internal change within them. And there's good news there for those of us who need a deep internal change within us as well. Those of us who know what it is not just to be hurt, but actually to cause hurt to others. There's this possibility of change and transformation where it's no longer just that we have to manage the sin in our lives. It's not that we just don't get to lash out or act out against someone. Jesus can work a change so that we don't need to anymore. There's this deep internal change that Jesus can work. And some of us have experienced that in really important ways. And that's something that you can maybe talk about with your house church as well. The arrow for me comes in realizing that while there's a very real way that we are waiting for the fullness of this picture of peace that we have in Isaiah 11, in another way, we're experiencing that peace today and extending that peace to others. Verse 9 talks about this peace that extends through the whole earth, that the knowledge of the Lord will one day cover the world as the waters cover the sea. That there's this ripple of the knowledge of the Lord and peace that's going out through all creation. And so many of us have experienced the first fruits of that, right? We've gotten a taste of that peace. And we're a part of this wave of peace that is meant to spread through all creation to all people everywhere. So we pray for God's peace to come, and we play a part in that peace coming and His will being done on earth as it is in heaven. So as you go into this week and as you spend time virtually or otherwise with the people in your home and that, know that the good news of peace on earth is peace for the earth. And let's be a part of bringing that peace to all those that we come into contact with. Blessings, everyone.